Believe it or not, I've actually made it to the Great Pyramids of Giza, one of the 7 wonders of the world that is still standing.
The Pyramids of Giza is a significantly large archaeological site. We'll be exploring all over this area, from a close-up look at the pyramids, a camel ride over here at the Overlook, and over to the Temple of Kafre and the Great Sphinx. Now, one of the most popular viral topics on YouTube about visiting the Pyramids of Giza is all the scammers and all the people that get ripped off. Let me be the first to tell you, I did not get ripped off at the Pyramids of Giza. I'll show you some tips on this journey today on how to avoid any problems. It really does help to arrive with a reputable, organized tour group. Not only did we have a smart tour guide, our group was also accompanied by a police officer. By entering all together, I really think this helped us not be targeted from individuals trying to be our tour guide. I've heard this is pretty common. A lot of guys are out there wearing badges, and they'll tell you that they will help you get in and around the site. After learning a bit about the theories on how it was constructed, we had some free time to roam around. Now, specifically over here in this corner, it's a very popular spot for these guys to be very insistent on taking the photo for you. They will insist that they do it, and they know how to get a great shot of you pinching the top of the pyramid. If you try to do it yourself like we did, you're going to have to be quick, because they will pester you. You can have them take this picture for you. They will expect a tip, and I'm not sure how good it will be to negotiate price beforehand. Just remember, they do not do anything like this for free.
So apparently yesterday on social media there was some footage from somebody paragliding where one of these stray dogs made it to the very top of this pyramid. Very interesting. There are several stray dogs in the area. So I'm here on a group tour with Road Scholar, and so they've brought us here and they've covered our entry fees, but if you did want to go inside the pyramid, that's an extra 900 Egyptian pounds, which is around $20. But I'd heard that it's, I've watched some videos before I came out here, and it's very claustrophobic, and you have to bend down and climb up this large passageway and then to the chamber, but the chamber is completely empty. So I chose not to do that. Just from a heat and claustrophobia perspective, I decided to stay outside the pyramid today, but that's an option for an additional ticket. Oh, these are the queen's tombs over here. Yeah. That's what he said. Okay, yeah. The queen tombs are much smaller. That's over here. And I guess he's going to take us somewhere where we can see all three. Now they talk about how the vendors here can be quite aggressive. We haven't been bothered so far, but I basically don't make eye contact. I'm not interested in buying anything. These guys are just trying to make a living. But they can be particularly aggressive if you take a camel ride or take your phone to where they may not bring you back or return your phone until you pay a higher price. I did hear you can always tell them that they're going to be reported to the tourism police, and that will make them back down. So up on the very top was an entrance that was the original entrance, but that is now sealed. But there was another time where they blew open the side of the pyramid to try to discover what was inside. And now that's what they use for the entrance if you buy an entrance ticket. When they blew open the side of the pyramid, it did ruin the outside, but that's how they discovered the inner chambers of the pyramid. So these stones are absolutely enormous. And there is no mortar. They just sit side by side, each one of these giant stones. Here is the entrance. Hi, so will you tell YouTube what it was like inside the pyramid? And you remind me your name because I already forgot
Tim.
it. Tim, this is Tim traveling
And
with us.
it
And he
was-
was brave enough to go inside the pyramid.
Yes, it's very contained and kind of hot.
Yes.
And if you were claustrophobic at all, you wouldn't want to do it.
Okay.
But we're glad we did.
All right.
Just to say that we did.
Yes,
But I think
awesome.
George's description was probably pretty spot on.
Yeah, I'd heard that. So thanks.
You're welcome.
They were the brave ones.
Very narrow and
Even though this backpack is kind of small, he said he could not crawl with it on his back. He had to put it on his front.
And then I lost my ticket.
Oh, okay. So that's not good. All right.
So the guy said, well, do you have a receipt? And I unfortunately had kept my receipt.
Oh,
So he
good.
let me in.
Oh, good. Okay. So if you buy your entry ticket, hold on to that as well. They do check again once you get up to the entrance. So as I said before, I'm making this trip here with Rhodes Scholar. I did feel a little more comfortable traveling to Egypt in a guided tour. And we have a police officer that travels with our group. They did say that a terrorist attack happened to a tour group in the 1990s. So after that, each of these official tour groups do get a dedicated police officer. If you're wondering about safety and security, I haven't felt unsafe, but the hotel we're staying at did have metal detectors for the bags, and so they go above and beyond to make sure where you're at is safe. So now, after visiting right here at the base of the pyramids, they're going to take us to a spot where we have a panoramic view where we can see all three pyramids in one spot.
Now we get in our air-conditioned bus and we head out past the other two pyramids to the Overlook for a camel ride. So if you're not with the tour group, you can hire a horse and carriage to take you out to the other pyramids, or you can also walk. The second Great Pyramid, it actually looks larger than the Great Pyramid because it's built higher, but it is actually smaller than the Great Pyramid, and this is the Pyramid of Kafre. The smaller one in the back is the Pyramid of Menkaure. Now it's all in the family. Kafre was the son of Khufu, and Menkaure was the grandson of Khufu. It's fascinating to note that the positioning of these three pyramids is an exact match to the three stars in Orion's belt. I'm absolutely fascinated with ancient Egyptian history.
So the next stop is to a panoramic view of the pyramids. And he was also telling us back here behind me, they're creating a new super large parking lot. And when it's ready, you're going to be able to get on electric buses that'll take you to 7 different stops around the pyramids, but they're no longer going to allow people to be super close to the pyramids. So I don't know when that change is going to happen, but for conservation purposes, they will be making those changes. Oh yeah.
oh yeah, mine's off. Are they talking? No. Oh look, that camel was yawning.
So all the camel rides happen from here, and our tour guide has a special guy that's going to be giving us a tour and taking our pictures, but if that's something you want to do, this looks like the spot. There's another one.
For you, these are all your camels, and that's a gentleman who I trust to take care of you.
خذهم كله. Just moments guys. Come on, let's come.
Okay. Come.
Come on, please, please. Everybody, please follow the gentleman. Sit the home.
Okay.
Are you riding his camel?
All right, this one's, oh, you want to get this one? I'll take this one.
Come on.
Okay.
That one?
All right.
1, 2, 3, go.
Woo. Okay.
لا قوم يلا.
Woo.
يلا يا ابني.
Ooh. Oh my goodness.
Hey mom, hello.
Whoa, I'm gonna hit it in the head. This is not necessarily a smooth ride. Look at all the hang gliders. This is crazy. Oh. All right, we've got 3 tethered together. I don't know which way my friend went, but we're all gonna go and take photographs. They were telling us it is just important that you get someone reputable that takes you out on a camel so they don't take you out in the desert and then tell you it's $100 to get back. We had this prearranged,
You can take this one off from back here.
so
Take the rope out.
it's all good. Time for picture?
You see it?
All right, time for my picture and put the GoPro down. I did, yes.
Hold them tight, guys.
Okay. Hold on tight.
You'll make me a deal.
Hi there, buddy. Hi there.
After our camel ride, we came down this road and headed towards the Sphinx. Now, right in this area is the famous Pizza Hut that they state has amazing views. However, our local tour guide was quite dissatisfied with the sight of commercialism here by the pyramids and the Sphinx.
$1 cola, $1.
We are now arriving at the Great Sphinx, our 3rd stop here, the Pyramids of Giza.
20 wallet, $5. 20 wallet, $5.
20 wallets for $5? Is that what he says? I'm sure not.
You could put something in your purse.
So they are building a stage here.
The background will be so that's very trendy.
They're allowing this area to be rented to try to make funds for the restoration that's needed. That'd be a great place for a wedding now, wouldn't it? Plenty of trinkets here.
Now, there was a recent discovery here by the Sphinx where they had found a marina, this area that used to have water.
We knew nothing about this till 20 years ago because this area was covered by
20
sand.
years
All
ago.
we needed to do is to unearth it, just
They
move the
discovered
sand, and
that.
we found the remains of marina. 2
That's
years
fascinating.
ago, a major discovery took place far away from here in an ancient Egyptian quarry on the Red Sea area. And in this discovery, we found a fragment of a papyrus scroll. And on this papyrus scroll, the hieroglyphic on it says that the chief of workers who were working in this quarry was in charge for the building of the Great Pyramid of Pharaoh Khufu. And he was proud of this work. And he said that they had to make a series of canals, narrow canals, so they can put the heavy stones on it and use narrow boats to go all the way around it. When this is only then we understand why there was a narrow canal. Because we were under, why a narrow canal? He said that, and we just knew that two years ago. There were several narrow canals in the area, so you can just use the water to push the stones to take them to other places. So that's an amazing discovery here.
And then we're entering through the temple of Kafre. He's also known as the Pharaoh Khufu. Now this is the pharaoh who the middle pyramid was built for, the one with the white limestone cap. And this temple here is where Pharaoh Khufu was mummified. It's considered the funerary temple. We learned about this hole in the ground where everybody was throwing flowers. Apparently, there was a shepherd in the area a long time ago whose donkey fell in a hole here, and they discovered a fantastic statue of the Pharaoh Khufu. It's pretty incredible, and it is now on display in the Egyptian Museum. We'll learn more about some significant structures such as that later on in this series. Now this temple is very well preserved. These walls here are made of granite that came all the way from Aswan, 1,000 kilometers to the south. The floor is made of alabaster. They did believe this structure had a roof based on the grooves that you could see up on the upper columns, but you can't really see it here on this hallway. And now we head through this walkway to the Sphinx. Of course, this area was super packed, but it is interesting to see a temple so well intact that was used for mummification.
Now I'll take photos on the right hand side. Back again here, get through the exit, and you'll find me out.
It's crazy. All right, you guys will not have the Sphinx by yourself. And they said that the Sphinx had a beard and then it fell off, and it is now at the British Museum. And there was also vandalism at one time that damaged the face. Oh, well, I'm getting in. I just want you to see this crowd of people here to take a picture of the Sphinx over the temple. So they did say that the brownish color on the Sphinx's head indicates that it had been painted at one time. That's really interesting.
Guys, we are spending several weeks in Egypt, so I hope you stick around to check out this series. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and I will see you at the next video.